Let's try this again. Um, Welcome to another episode of Coffee with the Critters. Gee, I felt like I just said this. Where we live stream every Sunday morning unless otherwise notified. My name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational center where we teach people all over the world how to interact with animals using the science of behavior known as applied behavior analysis and positive reinforcement. We do that through our online membership services, which you can find on our website at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com, and pay close attention because you're going to see. Did my screen really freeze? Pay close attention because you're going to see a lot of changes happening to our website. I have been working day and night, burning the midnight oil, working on our website. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me now? And the new platform that I'm getting ready to launch for all of our current services and our new services, which I'm so excited about. I'm really enjoying sitting here working on this day and night. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Which really ties into our topic of time management again, because I do have a lot on my plate. The quality of care of my animals is extremely important to me. There's only one other thing that's more important to me than my animals. And I don't even know if that's more important. Can everybody hear me okay? I know we're just coming back on here from a sound issue. I think I figured it out. Um, so Good, you can hear me, thank you. All right, I figured it out, I record those of you that know that in my memberships, I, record monthly podcasts, that are just for the memberships, one-hour podcast. I did something a little different this week, and it changed my sound. But anyways, what I was saying, I'm really focusing hard on this new membership platform, the current services that I'm redesigning and designing new services. So time management is extremely important to me right now. So I had asked what I was saying before when you guys couldn't hear me, was I had asked my sister, I was talking to one of my sisters right before this live stream started. And I said, she's like, what are you talking about today? And I was like, time management. And I said, "Does that sound boring?" And she goes, "Well, I just think of it differently than you do." And I was like, how is that? How do you think of time management differently than me? Are you on here, Sheila?" Because she goes, "Well, when I think of time management, I'm thinking about work and my home life." And I was like, "Well, that's exactly what we're talking about." Time management is time management. I'm extremely busy. I've got animals under my care. Um, I have my work that I do every single day, morning and night, till first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, last thing I do at night. In between, I'm working with my animals. And the reason I am in this is because of my animals. So time can get away from me. I can get pulled a million different directions. And I'm really focusing on management. Let me just get this off the screen so I can focus on our topic. So in order for me to get this off my screen, I got to finish. If you need to get a hold of me, you can contact me at Laura, Lara, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com, and you can do that at any time. I respond to each and every one of my emails. And I wanted to say, business is kicking in. Business is picking up now that I'm focusing more on nothing but my business. I have eliminated everything in my life that does not help me focus on my business, because the end result of me focusing on my business are the animals in my care. So anyways, I want to mention I need to really focus on time management because I want to focus on what matters most to me, which everybody knows are my animals and also my sisters. Both of them. This is the one I was talking to right before the live stream started. So those are important to me. When I was talking last week, time management, most people don't have time or they complain about not having time. So I know last week, today I'm taking your questions and answers, and I'm going to review the questionnaire. Last week, I had asked you to focus on one full week of what takes you off task. Start documenting through the week because we can use applied behavior analysis on ourselves. I do it all the time. I use applied behavior analysis on my business, my animals, people I interact with, me mentally, my focus, my time management. So I had asked you last week, take 1 week and start documenting how you are spending your time. Most people think they do not have control over their time. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I had mentioned last week, this time management and our struggles are more a you problem, not a work problem. So we need to focus on what is it through our week that takes us off task? How can we control that? We need to be able to get back into control. And I also posted a questionnaire. I posted a link that a lot of you responded to. And I have all the results right here, all 2.5 pages. I also have them on my screen so I don't have to sit here and read from my paper. Did anybody do that? Probably not. Okay. Why? I am trying to help you get back on track, feel you have more control of your life. So if you didn't respond to the questionnaire, if you didn't take the time to document what takes you off track, right there is the problem. Right there is the area we need to focus on. So if people didn't do that, that is something you could have done, yet you chose not to. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm trying to point this out. Yet you chose not to. Why? For the same reason when people are trying to change behavior of their animals, I always tell people the number one problem and the area um, you're going to find the most challenging is paying attention. Changing behavior is not hard. The hardest thing about changing behavior is paying attention. Okay. So these are areas we definitely have control over. And why am I taking the time to talk to you about time management? Why is that of a concern of mine? Because if you are on this live stream, you care about the quality of life that you give to your animals. And I am here to help you. And that is why I live stream every week. If you show me you are dedicated and you want to help your animals, I am here to help you. Not only do I want to help your animals, if you're willing to put in the time, you know I will give you my all. Um, so I love animals and I really respect the people that care for them and want to do better. That is why I was placed on this earth. So I want to share with you the results of the questionnaire. The questionnaire was private, anonymous, um, and let me tell you what the overall results were. I have 2 different charts in front of me. But next week, I am going let me read the results first. Okay. From everybody that filled out the questionnaire, what you told me, the overwhelming responses are this: you deeply value training and enrichment, but time and energy feel constantly stretched. Okay, noted. And stay tuned for next week because I'm putting this into action based on these responses. Your days are filled with competing responsibilities: work, family, household tasks, caregiving. Um, Noted. By the time you could train or make enrichment, you are often mentally and physically exhausted. I'm just getting through the first one. You are dealing with frequent interruptions. And the responses I got were phones, Facebook, people, people at work, people at home, life, that could be anything. Um, Many distractions, overwhelming distractions. Another bullet point. Is this ringing a bell with anybody? And this is just based off of your feedback. Nobody else's. Nobody else that just commented here. It's just the feedback of the people in the questionnaire. So, first of all, I want to thank you all for responding to that questionnaire. I see some of you on here. Another bullet point. You may feel discouraged when animals lose interest quickly or progress feels slow. Another bullet point. Even when you have a system, it still feels like it's never enough. Okay. I can take applied behavior analysis and start putting this into motion to help you. And I'm going to. And you're going to see it next week because Lindsay was here with me yesterday and she was like, "What are you taking pictures of?" And I was like, "Time management. I got to get ready for next week's Coffee with the Critters." Okay. Based on the questionnaire, where the gaps are, these are gaps, not failures, gaps. First bullet point, you are relying on motivation and willpower instead of systems that work. Okay. A lot of times, and people will tell you this is like business 101. People will tell you you get pulled a million different directions and you stay busy all day, staying busy, not making money, not focusing on, well, and because that is usually the reinforcer behind why we work. We have this need of staying busy all the time. What are you busy doing? Is it productive? Is it you're just staying busy to stay busy because it makes you feel better that you're staying busy? So if you're staying busy, you look like you are an asset? That's not what I look for. What I'm looking for is productivity, accomplishments, bullet points. Is this being done? Done, 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 done. And I try to do it in a fun fashion. Good morning, Cheryl. I'll see you in a couple hours. Sharon. Sorry. Did I just call you Cheryl? Sharon. So most people just stay busy and they think that's enough. What I focus on is, and I do, at the end of the day, I want to feel like, damn, that was a good day. Damn, I got shit done. I got shit done. Things are getting done. I want that feeling of achievement, not that feeling of just staying busy all day and can't keep up, because where my mental space is at the end of the day is exhausted, exhausted, overwhelmed, can't get to sleep, can't wait to get to sleep. But then I wake up the next morning feeling, here we go again. Another whole day of being busy and not getting shit done. Um, so you can be super productive by pre-planning, thinking, putting things into motion. And this is what I want to get done today. And what I had said last week is most people set those projects of what they want to get done too high every day. And it leaves you with the feeling of being a failure at the end of the day because you didn't even tackle one, let alone the other 9 that were on your list for today. So we are setting ourselves up for failure. We were just talking in the memberships in the Pair Project the other day. This is what setting the environment up for success looks like. And I'll tell you what it looks like in time management. And it's the number one reason why people don't get things done is because they don't take the time to think before the day starts. Okay? And because that is the most challenging thing people have to face, is they don't want to think about it. Whereas if you're in this is what I do. I intentionally, when I shut that bathroom door, that is me time. I am thinking, and I'm thinking, what do I need to do today? I jump in the shower and am like, yep, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. And if you could see my desk, well, if you could see it a couple weeks ago, complete mess, sticky notes everywhere. Got to do this, got to do this. I have this thought, got to do this, got to do this. Through the month of December, I'm like, I can't live like this anymore. There is nobody else focusing on my income but me. I don't have an alternate source. There's nobody else I can focus on, uh, like the end result of the care of my animals. Those animals are relying on me. So I have to stay focused and stay organized. So I started putting plans into action. What is my ultimate goal for the month of January? One thing. That's what I picked out. One thing. And it's there. And guess what? It's getting done. Every morning I'm like, that one thing, that one thing. Got to get it done. Because I can do a million things. I know I've done it, but I'm not going to do any of them well. So I'm not setting my goals too high. And I've picked that one thing. And every morning I'm like, what do I need to do next to that one thing to get it done? Get the next checkbox marked off. And I'm lucky if I get one check mark per day. But I also think, what do I need to do in the memberships? This is what I promised them this week. This is week 2. This is what I do on the second week of the month. That's what I'll do. And then there's little bullet points in between. In order to get this done this week, I have to send out this newsletter. I have to do this live stream. I have to record this podcast. I have to write this article. Those are all things that I do, that I have to do. And in between that, I need to stand up and go train the animals in the other room. I need to make sure they're getting fed, vet care. So anyways, let me get back to the questionnaire. Okay. Another bullet point. You spend energy deciding what to do next instead of having pre-decided. When I read that, I put all of this in charts, bullet points, to see, of all of you that responded to this questionnaire, where all this falls. So, what did I say in the beginning? When you don't pre-plan and think, your day is going to be hectic. When you pre-plan and think, it's going to change your frame of mind. Trust me. So let me reiterate that. You spend energy deciding what to do next instead of having pre-decided it. Therese says, have you read the book, The One Thing? It talks about just that. Oh, no. That sounds interesting. I just put another book in my Audible account. I think it was business management, but it's using ABA and business management. I have read so many books on that. Beth says, if I can't do something well, I don't do it. I am a procrastinator, yet excellent at time management. I'm a procrastinator too. Another bullet point, you feel overwhelmed by big projects when what you really have is 5 to 10 minute windows. There it is. You are setting these huge projects with not enough time or trying to get it done in too quick of time. Applied behavior analysis can help you with that. You may underestimate the value of small cumulative efforts. Do not underestimate that value, because those are those little check marks that are going to give you those feelings of accomplishment. Check them off. I do. Right here, I have a list of things that need to be done this week. I'd like to show you, but all this stuff crossed off. Boom, boom. That was just the last week. And this sits by my desk at all times. So I'm like, this is important. do not forget to do this. Do not forget to do this. Okay. So those are my small little check marks that help me feel like I'm getting things accomplished and I have control of my life. Because if you don't, this is the only life you have, and you are going to spin it running in circles. Um, Here's another one. In some cases, the responsibility falls mostly on you, creating emotional and relational strain. I know there was also a comment about other people, spouses in the household, not contributing. And when people come to me complaining, I'm like, and complaining about other people or somebody didn't do this, use applied behavior analysis on the situation. And I tell people here that if you're that good at applied behavior analysis, you will break this down. What is the reinforcer behind why you feel this way? What is the behavior that's causing you to feel this way? What is the consequence? How can you rearrange the environment? We know what the goal is that you want to get. How do you get there? A lot of people can get there. Is that the importance is on how you get to it. What behavior do you want to see maintain or increase afterwards? And a lot of times to get to that goal, this person is what's taking you off track. So if this person is constantly taking you off track, let's focus on that person. Where do you want that person to be to help align your values, get you back on track and moving forward? Um, okay. Last set of bullet points. What you want. This is what I have found out what you want from this questionnaire. You want to do right by your animals without burning yourself out. Okay. You want clear direction on what to do next, not just more ideas. I can help you with that. Next bullet point. You want simple, realistic plans that fit into real life, not ideal life. Okay, I don't know what ideal life is. Well, maybe I do. What is my end goal? So Sundays, I usually spend all day working. As well as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. I am really focusing on, I'm taking some time to be with friends, with family, even if it's brainstorming business ideas. I need that mental getaway. I did it Friday. I don't want to get the other person in trouble, but I called him up and I was like, "What are you doing today? Can I come over and just sit and work and like veg out in front of your television?" Because I needed a change of scenery. You want clear direction what to do next, not just more. Okay, I read that. You want permission to do things small and perfectly and consistently. You want to feel confident that what you are doing actually matters. This is why it's important to surround yourself with people that support your mission. More easier said than done, right? And last thing, this one hurt. This one hurt because I get you and I want to change this for you. You want to reduce guilt and frustration while increasing follow through. That one hurt me because I understand when we are caregivers, even of another human being, um, let alone the animals in our care, we do carry a lot of guilt. We carry this guilt of, I am out to dinner having fun. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be home doing this instead. Stop that right now. I'm going to tell you that will wear you down. It will burn you out. This is your life. This is the only life you're going to have, and you deserve to live it. Okay? Your mental clarity is extremely important. If you take away nothing else than this, you deserve this life. Okay? You deserve to be happy. So stop carrying that guilt because I'm also here to tell you, um, I really don't want to go into this. Um, but I'm going to. I took care of my husband while he was dying. Um, after he's been gone almost 5 years now. Do you know the guilt I felt by even going out to dinner with a friend? I shouldn't be doing this. I need to be home taking care of my husband, or I need to be following up. It will wear you down, burn you out. It is okay to focus on yourself, take time for yourself. But anyways, once he passed, um, I carried guilt for a good year, and it wasn't good on me. It was not good on me mentally, physically, and I would just come home and I would sit in a chair and I would be like, I don't even want to be on this earth anymore. Um, and that was guilt I don't want to carry. Okay. So I'm not. I was like, you know what? Um, Death is going to happen to me eventually too. This is the only life I have. Um, get up. What is important in your life? And it is my animals, the people that take care of my animals. It is my family. Get up and focus on that and get your ass out and live your life. And that is exactly what I'm doing. And I'm telling you, I'm happy. And so much mental clarity has come over the years. And I'm picking up, I'm moving forward, I'm going again. I've got my mission. So there are important key takeaways here. All right. So next week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back again and I'm going to keep this questionnaire in mind. And I really want you thinking about this throughout the week. This is a you problem. This is not a work problem. Okay? You have control of this. Think, pre plan. You're not going to like it because it's not convenient, because the world is going on around you. Figure it out. Pre plan. Just what do I want to get done by the end of the day? Is that realistic? How am I going to do it? And then think about all these things I've told you in between. And then, thank you, Melissa. Join me next week because I'm going to give you valuable tips. I'm thinking, what is next week? Am I going to be here? Because I'm going to be in Houston 2 weeks from today, giving a workshop at the Parrot Festival and a talk. So next week, I'm going to focus on the past 2 weeks, your responses to that questionnaire, and I'm going to show you, I'm taking pictures throughout the week to show you how I do time management. And maybe these are tips that can help you. So you need to do this. Application is key. You can sit here and watch what I show you next week, but if you're not implementing it, it's not going to help you. And I'm going to say over half of you are not going to implement it. When you do have a choice, you do have control. It's up to you. If you don't take it, you're going to spend the rest of your life in this whirlwheel and feeling guilt. I just don't want to feel like that anymore. Thanks, April. April says, you are back on track. Way to overcome that inner voice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. Anyways, so with that being said, I will see you next week, Coffee with the Critters. Don't forget, we're uploading live streams slowly. We're dripping content into our podcast. You can listen to podcasts on the road through Audible, not Audible, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. This is one major thing I'm working on, dropping classes. Get ready. Don't look yet because I haven't updated the schedule. But it's gonna be ready. And with that being said, I will see you next week in Coffee with the Critters for the final topic of time management. Thanks for attending, everybody.